Hi guys, it's Mish. Thank you so much for clicking this video. Alright guys, so today what we're actually going to be doing is I'm going to be giving some very useful tips and tricks to how you can get rich quick and obtain a ton of great pets in Adopt Me. So what I'm going to be doing is just giving a ton of really great tips and tricks that I use along the way. And what works for me might not always work for you, but I guarantee you if you implement some of these things, you definitely can achieve your goal a bit quicker. Now, with that being said, don't forget to comment, like, and share. And remember, guys, we are so close to giving away that fly ride giraffe at 500. So without further ado, let's hop into it. So tip number one is definitely going to be trading values, guys. I preach this to all of my friends that I play with and everyone that will listen. Do not take any losses if you want to get rich on Adopt Me. So what I always do is I'll keep multiple sites open. Personally, I choose to use adoptmevalues.gg and Elfbred, but there are a ton of other ones as well that you can use. And that's not to say that I sometimes don't use happy values, because I really do, and I'm willing to take a loss for any pet that I really love. But I think if the whole intention behind the game is grind mode and becoming the richest player, you really need to focus on the value of each pet in Adopt Me's ever-growing economy. So there's pets that have high value, there's pets that just are super cute but don't have very much value, and I always recommend using one of these sites just to ensure that you're at least having a guideline before you make a trade. Guys, of course you want to be careful when using these because sometimes these are not completely accurate, but it's a good starting point. So that leads us into tip number 2, which is a grind house. You want to have one of these, and it doesn't have to be big, expensive, lavish, or cute. It just needs to be a house that you have set up so that you can grind as hard as you can. Now guys, I use this grinding house sometimes during the 2 times weekend that just happened. And I tell you guys, not all the money's on this account right now, but I was able to get at least 20,000 bucks in the game, which is absolutely crazy. And that was just from grinding in a grinding home. So I definitely recommend setting one of these up. You're gonna have to put a food bowl, some water bowls, some cribs, a piano that can get rid of your boredom or park task as well. Oh yeah, and let's not forget to grab some snacks in real life, a charger if you're using an iPad or a phone so that you really can focus and grind as hard as you possibly can. But guys, this is gonna take your game to the next level. When I'm making neons, I stick inside of one of these homes and I don't stop until I'm finished. So with that being said, that leads us into tip number 2, which is gonna be purchasing a ton of eggs. Especially if you're new in the game, you're gonna want to buy about 1,000 of each of every egg. And I'm not kidding when I tell you guys that when I first started, I probably bought like 200 to 300 eggs at least in like my first 3 to 4 days of playing. Because I was playing non-stop on a long weekend, just making sure that I could get every pet that I could possibly get from these eggs in order to trade. So I don't think it makes too much sense once you've obtained every single pet to keep going with buying eggs, but why not? Because if you do keep buying these eggs, you're increasing the opportunity to create more neons and have extra add-ons for any trades that you're doing. So I always like to purchase a couple of these each week. Maybe you might not, but I just think it's a great idea to be able to get those neons and megas that we all want. So our third tip is going to be throwing parties. So I think that throwing parties is one of the most underrated things on Adopt Me. And of course people throw parties, but I'm talking about parties where we can make some bucks or earn some pets for doing tasks for people. So what you see that I'm doing here is I'm just throwing a pet sitting party. So basically I'm inviting people to come over and have me take care of their pets for them for bucks or pets or whatever you want to get out of this. So I think it's one of the most underrated ways to make money on Adopt Me. And trust me, if you invite the right people, you will make some money doing this. It might take some time, but you can make a quick 100 to 200 bucks, sometimes less, sometimes more. But you know what? The whole point is that we're in grind mode and we're going to ensure that we can get money and pets however we can. I do want to emphasize, guys, when you throw these parties, please don't scam people. Scamming always comes back to you, whether it be karma or being banned or reported in the game, so just don't do it. But if you are serious about making a quick dime, this is a perfect way to do it. And we're moving on to tip number 4 here. So for tip number 4, it is all about making neons and megas. Now guys, I don't know about you, but I absolutely cringe when I see some of my friends or people in the game running around leveling all of their pets up individually. Now I know that a lot of people are aware of this tip, but I'm gonna throw it in for the people that don't know and may be new to the game. Instead of leveling these pets up individually and having to do about 1,000 tasks to make one neon, all you need to do is get one full-grown pet. You can even use a cat or a dog, and that's a very useful tip as well, to level that one up as quickly as you can if you don't have any other full-grown pets. And then all you need to do is 30 tasks to be able to obtain an H pot. So depending on which tier of pet it is, there are some pets that you will need more H pots for. But if you get these H pots, it's gonna cut your neon and mega making in half. And I might be mistaken, but I think I'm pretty sure when I say this, that on the 2 times weekend, I think it's a lot less tasks to obtain the H pots. I don't know, but I felt like on the weekend, I was able to get about like 40 of them. And I don't think that I've ever been able to make them that quickly before. So I'm sure that there's something in those updates that go hand in hand with H pots as well. So we are moving on to our last and final tips, and that is events, guys. I cannot emphasize enough how much events can get you ahead. Now, when I see people saying, I'm poor, pet please, I'm like, bro, there is 10,000 events that Adopt Me holds each weekend. Nobody should be poor if you put in the work. So with events, what I would recommend is always obtaining the legendary pet that comes from this event. If you can obtain that legendary pet, whether it be through bucks or whether it be through trading or actually doing the tasks and getting it yourself, you want to get these and trade these as fast as you possibly can while they have the most value. You will get huge overpays for these new pets, and you'll be able to trade and get a lot of better things in the long run. In addition to the pets, you're also going to want to make sure that you're grabbing any new pet wear, any of the new stickers, of course, from the newest update with the stickers. And you just want to make sure that you're keeping a couple of those in your arsenal at all times. You never know when the values of anything is going to peak in Adopt Me, and that's why it's so important that you keep stock of everything that you see. I hope that these tips were super helpful and very useful. I do have a ton of other ones, but I did just want to keep this video very short and very to the point. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, someone is so close to obtaining a fly ride giraffe, and all you need to do is go to our giveaway announcement video and post your username and subscribe. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.